I write crime stories, suspense stories, and I write a little bit of ghost kind of supernatural stuff. And after The Ring came out, which was a very popular ghost story and a movie I loved, I started to do a very good business in ghost scripts. You know, they were very popular for a while, and I read every ghost story ever. So I was selling a lot of scripts in a year, which is a very good living. At the same time, 9/11 happened, and we started to go to war. And Hollywood started to do what I think is the lowest point Hollywood has ever hit. It started to make anti-war films while our soldiers were in the field. So that never happened before. You think of the great anti-Vietnam War films, they were all made after the soldiers had come home. And I just found that deeply, deeply offensive. I thought, if you're opposed to the war, that's fine, it's a free country, but you don't make propaganda films that hurt your guys while they're actually under fire, because you're not under fire. You're sitting at the Cafe Marmont in LA, kind of tossing back espressos. Keep your opinions off the screen. So I started to write about it. I wrote for the LA Times. I actually went to Afghanistan and reported on the troops for City Journal. And my phone started to stop ringing. I mean, it basically stopped ringing. It got harder and harder for me to sell things. It got harder and harder for me to go into a room and talk to the people that you have to sell to. So the way it works in Hollywood is you pitch things. You go and you say, here's my idea. Or they say to you, here's our property. What would you do with it? And of course, you would go in and you'd make conversation, as you do in any meeting. And the conversation would be, isn't that George W. Bush a Nazi? And I live my life by words. My words are my profession and my life, and I can't lie. I can be polite. I hope I am polite, but I can't sit there and say, yes, George W. Bush is a Nazi. So I would say, I kind of see this differently. And I'd be out in the parking lot before the door hit me in the backside.
Right.
And,
but no one heard you weeping as well, with the door closed and the bruises behind.
I have to be honest with you. I lost a lot of income. I did. I lost a substantial amount of income. It never bothered me once. I have to say, I never lost a minute's sleep over it, because guys were being shot. Because guys were fighting for our freedom and fighting against, I think, a vicious, low enemy in these Islamist killers who are out there. Mm-hmm. And I thought, so you're losing some screenwriting jobs. It would have just struck me as almost bad form, bad taste to get upset about that.